Yo, what's up, everyone? Welcome to the second episode of On the Green. This week we have the Texas Children's Houston Open, and joining me this week, I have one of my good buddies, Lethal Bets. Let me swap over to the screen with you. Lethal, go ahead. Can you check your mic?
What's up, brother? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I think we're good.
Perfect.
Hopefully everyone on stream can hear you too. This is Lethal, one of my good buddies. He's known for his basketball, college baseball, college football. Honestly, he covers everything, and he's pretty deadly when it comes to capping all the sports. This week we have the Texas Children's Houston Open. We're headed to Texas. We're finally done with the Florida swing. Unfortunately, this course is not much easier than what we've been dealing with. It is a long course, the Memorial Park Golf Course, 7,435 yards. I'm actually going to swap over to this screen. I'm going to hide the data golf, and I'm going to open up this tab. Okay, so we have the Memorial Golf Course, Memorial Park in Texas, Houston Open. It is the fourth most difficult course on tour, or sixth most difficult course on tour, fourth most difficult non-major course. It underwent a renovation a couple years ago in 2019, and I think Brooks Koepka actually helped out with that renovation. They reduced a lot of the bunkers on the course, so it actually has, I think, the fewest amount of bunkers out of any course on tour. They brought a couple ravines and some water between holes in play, but nothing too crazy. I think there's water on 4 holes. And other than that, I guess just for some course notes, with it being a 7,400 yard par 70, it is going to be a bomber's paradise this weekend. You want guys that can bomb it off the tee and guys who are super good on approach from long range, like 175 yards and deeper. High ball flights into these greens is going to be key because a lot of them are elevated a little bit. And then, yeah, bogey avoidance and quality putters is really kind of the recipe for this week. The only other note I have on the course is the rough has been shortened from past years, so it's not as penal. You can go under the rough and not get yourself into a lot of trouble. The winning score the past couple years since the renovation has averaged about 13 under par, and Tony Finau is coming in as the defending champion. I think he won by like 4 strokes last time this tournament was played, at 16 under. So he kind of ran away with it. But this week we got a lot more heavy hitters in the field. This tournament is usually hosted during the swing season, so like November timeframe. And they moved it into this March area to start off the Texas swing. So I think that's why we're seeing a little bit stronger field. You got any guys you like this week, Lethal, coming in? Just
Off the top of my head, Aaron Rai, and then William Zatoris. Those are the 2 that I've already bet. Siwoo Kim, I think, is very interesting. I have not bet him, but all the peripheral stats look great.
Yeah, Siwoo's a good one this week. I mean, his iron play, when he gets hot, he can be deadly. He's kind of been a little shaky lately, but Zalatoris I definitely like, and Rai popped for me a few times. But with Scotty Scheffler in the field at that minus 200, dude, it's disgusting.
Yeah, it's tough.
The whole board, I might honestly stay off the outrights this week. I have a couple plays that I'll share after we play this round. But let me swap us over to the 2K screen.
Dude, I don't normally play like top 10s and top 20s and stuff like that, but this might be a week where
you might have
I think you might have some value there, right? Because there's plenty of golfers where top 10 and top 20 prices are very intriguing.
Yeah, there's a lot of good numbers. It's not as lopsided because of Scotty, because obviously he only takes up 1 spot in the top 20. Whereas on the outrights, it's heavily slanted towards him, so you can get some decent value. But realistically, you're kind of just betting. If you take Scotty, you're betting on him to have his A game again, which he's had the past 2 weeks in much tougher fields and much tougher courses. But if Scotty shows up with his, you know, B game, if he loses the putter a little bit this week, if he's just not on, then I think to bet an outright on someone, you're going to have to find someone who you think their A game or A plus game is good enough to catch or chase down Scotty at this event. I mean, that's really what it comes down to.
Agree.
But let's get into the course. So unfortunately, 2K does not actually have the official Memorial Park golf course. I found this one that was made by Melodic Satire 103. And it's pretty good course comp. So let's check it out and let's jump into the course real quick, and then we'll get into some data and some bets and stuff towards the end. Are you ready to golf?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, let's ready up. I like the Steph pick for
the Steph Curry.
Yeah, I'm playing against Steph Curry right now. All right, let's get into it. So we did fix some stuff from last week. We're gonna be doing like alternating shots, so I'll be able to watch him, he'll be able to watch me, and we can talk while we're playing it. But like we did last week, kind of the goal behind us playing the course is it's a more fun way to do a course preview, take a look at some holes that might be challenging for, you know, bogey or worse props or birdie or better props. So yeah, let's get into it. All right, I gotta start us off. Since we're alternating, we gotta be on our stuff for between shots, because it's gonna go. So we start off the course with a par 4, 105 yards. I think the actual distance is like 520. Did I say 105? I meant to say 500. I think the actual distance is about 520, so it'll play a little bit longer. But like I said, this isn't an official course from 2K. This is one someone made, so it's I would take it with a grain of salt. It's about 70% accurate. One thing about this course is what just happened to me. A lot of the greens.
Is hole 1 this tiny? Is the green this tiny on the actual hole 1?
It's probably a little larger. I think like someone made these, so. But you see what just happened to both of us there. That's what's going to be happening to a lot of our golfers this week. A lot of the greens are elevated like this. They're almost like a dome. So if you don't have high ball flight coming into the greens, it's really tough to get them to get the ball to stay on the greens. So short game becomes a big, you know, big factor. Guys that are rolling off being able to chip back on, and that's one thing that. Oh, well, that's terrible. It's one thing that Scotty's, you know, pretty good at is chipping on the green. I don't know how many. I think if you watch highlights from the past years at this course, it's Scotty chipping in or chipping close quite frequently.
That's where his biggest edge comes from, due to his driving accuracy and his 150, 175-yard shots.
Yeah, and that's, you know, he's long and accurate off the tee, so that's gonna help him here. And then I mean his approach game is just deadly. I mean there's other guys out there who have been, you know, having a good approach game that might be able to compete a little bit, but let's see. It's pretty windy out here. I don't think we're gonna see too much crazy weather in Texas this weekend, but
someone asked in the chat, Cam Young.
Cam Young,
you on him?
I'm not on him this week. Oh, I rolled off. Cam Young, yeah, he is a bomber. I mean that's why Finau won here last year. Dude just hit the piss out of the ball down the fairway.
His approach shot, Jesus. His approach shots is what would you, I mean, that's kind of what you're relying on. With him, it's, you never know.
Yeah. I mean, he's been
opinion.
decent. We can take a look at his numbers after the round. I think he's been pretty good on approach overall. I think he did lose strokes at the Players, but I mean that could have just been water trouble.
Much tougher course too.
Yeah, I think other than the Players though, I think he's been. Oh my gosh. And see, this is where the short game's gonna come into play. You're gonna roll off one side to the other if you're not, you know, precise with your approach shots. Yeah. Some other guys that I was just thinking of off the top of my head. Yeah, dude, these greens are brutal. I think they might have overdone the.
A little dramatic, ain't they?
Yeah, I think they overdid the slope on some of these greens, but I know the fairways here, which we haven't seen so far just from this custom-made course. I know the fairways are pretty hilly. It's pretty difficult to get a flat lie, so that's another, you know, kind of headache to take into account. Guys that can manage that better than others. It usually just comes with good ball striking. But yeah, bombers and accuracy on approach. I think most, I want to say something like 40 to 50% of approach shots are going to come from beyond 175 yards. So you got to have guys that are good with the long irons, and if they're not good, they better be absolutely lethal with the around the greens, like chipping back on. Oh man, I pulled that into the cart path.
Okay, we got Steph Curry on the tee now.
Steph Curry on the tee now.
Steph Curry with the blah.
Oh, it should kick left. No. So yeah, this fairway looks a little more realistic as far as you know, kind of loopiness. But this is a long par 5. Like for most guys on in the field, this is going to be a 3-shot par 5, kind of like we saw last week with.
I've seen you swing. I've seen you swing
I just
better.
pulled that.
Okay,
I
here's
say
our
I think it's
third
still
shot.
me. All right, I'm punching this out all the way.
I think I lost it.
Oh, cart path bounce.
A little wayward.
Friendly
Some
cart
narrow
path bounce.
fairways, aren't there?
Now
Yeah, I
he
think-
is 100 yards
Let me pull
out.
up the stat sheet I have. I don't think they're too terribly narrow. I think this might have been, you know, a factor of
Okay, here's
what
the
that
fourth.
guy made in this. Oh, sorry. I gotta focus up. I'm gonna try to pull it up while you're hitting, but so I don't slow us down too much. Take
Hey,
that.
I'm liking that one. Nice chip. He's
Yes,
gonna
Sam, I
like
like
this
Clark. I just don't like
10-foot
his
putt.
odds.
Yeah.
But you could say the same thing about Zotores because his odds ain't much better. But
Yeah. I mean,
I don't know. It's tough.
realistically, outside of Scheffler, Clark is another good look, but it's like, do you really want to take Clark and have him come in second to Scheffler 3 weeks in a row, and then
Kind of what we was
Zalatoris?
talking about earlier.
Yeah.
Like if Scheffler's plus 250, Clark should be plus
Good job in there.
5,000. You know what I mean? It's
yeah,
like
it's
to me, it's that range.
yeah. But we're never gonna see that number on
Okay,
either of
so
them
the
right now.
one
Both of them
over
have been so
par.
dialed in. I do think Clark has a decent chance. Like I said, if Scheffler's not on his A game, out of all the people in the field, Clark is the next up. I mean, realistically, on tour, not even just in this field right now, Clark has been the dominant, like, number 2 guy.
Okay,
Not just because he came in second twice to Scheffler, but
what do you say?
just in general, the way he's been playing. I mean, ever since the Open win last year,
He
he's
looked
just
great
been,
last week.
yeah, he's been playing great golf
Okay,
he's
second
hard
shot
to-
for him on this one.
to fade at all. Yeah, like this green is definitely not accurate. So I'm looking at the stats. The green size, they actually have the 10th largest greens out of any course on tour. So what we're playing is probably not the most accurate, but what is accurate that I've seen is the elevation on a lot of these greens. They are definitely like a dome. Well, that was actually pretty good.
Nicely done, back in the fairway. I like it.
And then as far as fairways, you said these are pretty narrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're about the fifth. They're the 15th narrowest on tour, so not too terribly narrow. This again might be like a bit of an exaggeration. I mean, this was one that someone made. I don't know if they, know the course that well or just kind of made it off of memory or made it off a flyover. But
This is his third shot.
the overall layout, I did check them out before because there was like 2 or 3 custom courses that someone had made for the memorial. This was the best one out of all of them. They had, it seems like whoever made this one took into account a lot of the updates that were made in 2019. A lot of the ravines were carved out in this.
This putt's tracking.
And
That was a good putt.
some of the bunkers were removed from the previous, because like I said, there's not a ton of bunkers on this course. I think there's 21 total on the whole
Would you say it
course.
was the fourth fewest?
Bogey putt.
No, this is the fewest when it comes to bunkers.
And you're sitting at 1 over par at the moment.
And there's no, I mean, I haven't seen any water. There's not much water either.
I think the first hole we played, there was a little ravine kind of off the tee, and the second hole had one that went on the left side of the fairway. They're there, but odds of guys finding them is pretty slim. Jesus.
Whoops. And now Steph Curry.
So yeah, water's not going to be a big factor like it has been the past, couple of weeks. We had a ton of our guys end up in water trouble in both events recently.
Here's our second
So
shot on this 5th hole.
getting out of the water, it's going to be nice. But I will say, even without the water, this course is not easy. It's a tough scoring course overall, even though the winning score has been relatively low. It's still the 6th hardest course on tour, so it's not a walk in the park. It's definitely going to separate the field.
This is
Oh my
a super
gosh.
long putt.
I didn't even think I went this far past the hole.
See how you do.
This is tough. It's going to break a lot at the end there. Oh, man.
They don't have any golf boost out right now, right?
No, I didn't see any. DraftKings usually doesn't do the golf boosts when it comes to like smaller tournaments. They get pretty lazy on it. And I think with March Madness and everything,
This putt's good
we're
so far.
oh my,
Just a little
I'm
too
throwing.
power.
I'm throwing.
And a
Keep me
5-foot
in it.
putt for him
I appreciate it, Don.
for the birdie.
Well, it's
Dude, they got Siwoo Kim a top 20 at plus 120. And to be honest with you, I think he's live to win. So at top 20,
All right.
Yeah.
probably one of my favorite bets as of now.
yeah, I don't
And
mind
Steph Curry's
Siwoo.
about to take his tee shot.
Some of the other guys that they'll come back to me when we look at the actual data again. But a guy I kind of
Golf
like
course is most-
is Jake Knapp again this week. I mean, this course isn't super penal if you spray it off the tee. Oh, you're up. I don't know if you know that.
I did not.
Yeah, because you won the hole, so you start us off. I mean, that guy just hits the piss out of the ball off the tee. His approach has been good. I think he has a chance to compete this week, but he's also, I mean, we don't have a large sample size. We've only seen him in a few tournaments. Oh, what is that? I just topped it.
Well done.
I look like
Here's our
Keith
second
Mitchell
shot on this 6th
coming in
hole.
on Sunday, bro. He was so bad. He blew our outright bet. Okay, this is, I don't know what I'm gonna have to get creative here. I'm gonna have to punch something out. Let me see. Let's see if I can just keep this low. Sorry, I'm shaping my shot a little bit. Well, that didn't work at all.
Yeah, still in the rough, but we're making progress. All right, here's
Yeah,
his
I'm
second
not
shot.
golfing very well this week. This course is kind of tearing me up. I think I'm missing the cut for sure.
Heading for
Cart path.
the rough.
Oh,
What a shot, Steph.
Careful with this one. We're in the deep stuff.
All right, I really got to hit this to get this out. Sheesh, I thought I was going to put too much on that. It didn't even come close.
You've done well. Here's your fourth shot.
All right, let's see. Oh, I thought I made that for a second.
Setting up his third shot here.
I just noticed, I don't know how long I've been playing this game, and maybe this is why I'm bad at it. I just noticed that it tells you on the top right, it shows you what your lie is.
Yeah, I noticed that. I just
saw it
it's
while I
not
was
getting
watching you.
anywhere.
I never pay attention to that at all, which I probably should. Oh, I'm gonna try to hit that little. Drop it in the corner.
And
Let's go.
Back-to-back bogeys after that.
Back-to-back bogeys.
Looks like he's got around 8.
I'm celebrating a bogey putt, but just because I made it look good, I finessed it in.
Ooh, that was almost in.
Why couldn't mine roll in?
And this next one for his double bogey.
Like yours was coming up the hill, mine was going down the hill.
Over at the moment.
All right, not too bad. 3 over through 6. Honestly, I'd be pissed if my guy was doing this.
On this one, blowing right into our face.
Oh man, wind in our face. Long par 3. Oh no. I'll take that. I thought I was going in the water for sure there.
On that one, but, I've already forgotten.
So yeah, this is one of the holes with water on play. They added this ravine to be a little more nerve-wracking. Oh, saved by the sand as well.
All right, let's get out of this sand.
All right, let's see. Want it to release out. Up there. I need a par. I need to start making some birdies, but I don't have the distance off the tee to
Anyone's guess. He's in the sand. Let's see what happens.
get there. My guy's only like a 285, 290 guy off the tee.
From here, he's got quite a little bit of real estate to cover to make this putt. I don't know about it. Oh, this one's
Let's
8
see.
feet.
Oh my god, that's a ton of break. Let's go. Needed that par save.
And currently sitting at 3 over par. Okay.
So I will say, from what I've seen, the front 9 plays tougher than the back 9. So guys doing showdowns, like the daily showdowns on DraftKings. Oh my gosh, how am I left off that?
Oh,
There is some benefit to taking guys that start on the front 9 for their round. Just because I think number 1 and number 18 are 2 of the toughest holes on the course. So starting on the back 9, you would have, you'd go 18 and then to 1, so you'd have back-to-back tough holes. Whereas I think 8, 9, 10 are relatively easy. So you do get a little bit of a benefit, and also, I mean, you get your ass kicked a little bit on the front 9, get you nice and loose for the back. Whereas if you start on the easy back and don't get challenged as much, it could bite you on the front.
Heading to the deep stuff here. Looking like about 185 yards out.
The fact that I'm still 185 yards out on my third shot is insane. Like, these par 5s are long. And it doesn't help when I take shots like that.
Well, unfortunately,
That's
a missed green.
Pretty bad. Oh, sorry. I don't know why it's doing these cutscenes.
Okay, let's see what happens. This is his third.
Oh.
Dude, I knew I was gonna hit off the tree.
On this one.
I thought you were gonna
That's
sneak it
crazy.
through.
Fourth shot
That's
on this
crazy.
hole.
Hit it solid. Yeah, what's the saying? Trees are 90% air. Just punch through them.
So this,
It's usually what I say when I end up in the woods and try to hit out of them. Then, yeah, usually Oh, please get up. Okay.
And this one is a save par. It's getting there.
I'll take it. Save par.
Putt drops for par.
Yeah, see, these par 5s is where I need to be
He's got a
scoring, but
4-footer to deal
I'm
with.
barely making par on them.
And in the hole.
All right.
And that'll leave you at 3 over for the day.
All right, through 8, so we're almost to the back.
Let's see it sticking nice.
But I
and
mean,
close here.
overall,
Let's see what you
even
can
though
do.
we've only played a couple holes, like my guy is probably like his stats, my player in this game, he's probably set up to be
Nice.
pretty close
Pure
to
swing. Great stuff.
course or tour average. So you can see like with my lack of
He's ready to
distance
tee
and then
off
also
here.
my lack of
Let's see how this
accuracy off the
goes.
tee, it's making these holes a lot longer than they
Looks
need
like
to
this
be.
one's going
All my
left.
shots are going left.
That means you're fast on
Here's
your
his second shot.
swing. Like on your downswing. Your backswing's
yeah.
fine.
He's got a long putt to deal with here. I wouldn't want to be in his shoes.
In the hole. Oh.
This would
Yeah, let's
take
see.
you down to 2 over.
Oh, man.
Just
Damn
right
it.
By the hole. And
Not
as
good.
he lines this up. This will be for bogey.
I'm playing like all the guys I bet on for round score and
Right by the hole.
3 ball coming down the stretch. They look good
Yeah,
for
he's got around
16
4
holes and
feet
then they
to
start
go
playing
here.
like me right here. Can't tell
I
you the
think
number
Steph
of...
can get it together.
Yeah, Stephanie's a...
This
I
left
watched
it
this
up.
dude play golf a few times. He's not bad, you know?
Yeah, dude, he can swing it a little bit.
And you're 3
Yeah, he's just
over
naturally
on your
gifted at
round.
everything, I guess.
Yeah.
Heads up. Wind's going right to left on this
Dude's
one.
just a absolute freak athlete. Okay, so this is hole 10. We got another par 4. 456. I think out of all the par 4s, I think there's 12 on the course. I think 5 or 6 of them play over 490 yards. So it's, I mean, that's where a lot of the distance comes from, considering we have 2 par 3s that are under 170. I roll into the one bunker. This course has 20 bunkers on the whole course, and I think I've found 4 of them.
The tee.
I try to adjust for the left and hit right.
That time you're slower.
Okay, we've found your friend here in the deep rough. Let's see how he does.
Yeah, so I'm doing my due diligence this week, and I'm checking out all the bunkers on the course for us. I know there's not a ton of them, but I just want to make sure that, you know, they work. They catch the ball and keep it there. Oh, look, bunker to bunker.
Where this one's going to end up.
Oh, almost.
Let's see
I
how
thought
this
I was
sets
going
up.
back
This is
in.
his third shot.
So, get on the green.
And he's
Not
coming
quite.
out of the deep
Not
rough.
quite.
Dude, sometimes when I'm playing this game, I get so frustrated because I feel like there are days where I'm so bad on this video game that I feel like I could beat myself. Like, I could beat my player in real life. Like, with my actual...
Yeah, that's kind of how I'm feeling. I feel like
Skill.
I'm whoop Steph's ass right now.
Yeah. Like, I'm not the best golfer, but sometimes I play a lot better than I do on here, which is crazy.
Okay, and, this
And I'm
one
not
to
putting
save
enough
the
into
hole.
these putts either.
Looking good.
These first 2 greens got me scared.
That'll work for
Yeah.
par. Good stuff.
Man, I shot a 38 on the front 9. I'm going to need to find some birdies here if I have any hopes of making the weekend.
And a 7-foot putt for him.
All right.
And
Here we
that
go.
one will drop. Okay, 3 over par.
Yeah, if
for
Scotty
you.
shaved his beard, it's a wrap. It's for sure.
Yeah, he did shave it. I saw something, we were talking about it earlier, but the last person to win 3 in a row is Dustin Johnson, and when he did it, he kept his beard for all 3. They're saying Scotty shaved his. Is that a sign it's bad luck? Man, this is a tough hole. What is this, par 3, 240 yards almost? That's I think this is either the toughest or the second toughest hole on the course. Oh. Almost sank it.
To be honest with you, I thought you sunk this shit.
I did too.
All right, let's see what Steph
I kind of hate the
Curry
shadows on
Close to
the...
that, I'm very satisfied. Nope.
Oh, that's not bad. Oh, I thought I was going to kick right. Oh.
Okay, he's getting ready to.
Yeah, see, I
fire
mean,
away
it's
with
happening to us a
some
bunch, just because of our lack of skill. But you see how if you miss these greens even by a little bit,
This is his
it's
third
gonna
shot.
run quite a bit of ways. A lot of them are even more elevated than what it's showing.
Oh my god.
Yeah, let's see how he does from the green side.
A lot of these are more elevated than what it's showing on here. There's a lot of plateau style greens this week.
Bring things down to 2 over. You sink this.
Oh, I need a way more break, like right there.
What's usually the winning scores here?
Honestly, just
Like just a
That's-
rough
just a
guesstimate.
drop.
Since the renovation, it's been minus 13.
Tap.
So what is that, like 4 under? I know
Yeah,
Finau won it last year at minus 16. I think the year before that it was minus 10, and the year before that it was minus 13. So minus 13 average. I mean, Finau came out
Par 4 on
like
this
it's a tough course. It's tough to score on, but if you're playing well, it's very scoreable. I think Finau shot a 62 on Friday last year. So that's kind of where he ran away with it. I think he shot like a 65, 66
Great
on
swing
Thursday,
that
and then came out, shot an 8 under 62, and then was just like 3-4 strokes ahead of everyone and just
You like
coasted.
Finau
one.
this week at all?
I don't know.
I didn't get into him either. I didn't find nothing about him.
The only thing that
Setting up
pulls
the second
towards him
shot.
is the distance off the tee. And he's got the extra distance on approach.
They're
Like
going with
he can
more
hit his
iron here.
irons. Oh, there you go.
What a
He can
shot.
hit his irons a long way.
Okay. We're about
Um,
205 to the pin from here.
but realistically, I think there's too many other guys that I like more, and I don't really like Finau at his price this week.
Hey,
Oh,
Dom,
no.
Siwoo Kim
Your
minus
approach is
140
heading a
for a
little
top 40
leftward.
finish.
Oh, missed the
Minus
green on that
140
one.
for top 40.
All right.
It's not
Good
bad.
shot for him.
I don't think that's bad at all.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm leaning towards this week. I think I'm gonna be digging more into the straights as far as
Your boy
top.
Knapp is plus
This
115
is
for
your
top
third
40.
shot.
Yeah, see that I definitely like. I mean, Nap's been playing really well. I would expect him to make the cut, and there's no water here for him to find like there was at the
This will be a par for him if
what was
he
it?
sinks
The Arnold Palmer that he shot a 10 on the par 5. He went in the water twice.
And finishing the hole with a solid putt.
I've seen some people on Thigala this week, but I just
Yeah. I
I
like-
don't see the argument this week.
14
I like
footer.
Thigala. I don't know if I could take him outright. I know there's quite a few people on him outright. Like guys I follow and watch.
Going towards that
I
hole.
was considering him for like a top
And the
20,
drop,
top
there's your par.
30 range, somewhere in there. I do think he has the
Right now,
tools
you
to
are sitting at
float to the
3
top of the
over par.
leaderboard this week, but I don't see him
Both
taking
coming up.
down Scheffler and Clark and
No, I don't either.
oh, okay, so this is the 13th. This is a short par 4. I'm going for it. I don't know about you.
Well, looks like we're going to be in the fairway.
Get on the green.
Well, sorry about
Oh,
that. Turns out you're in the rough.
close.
Okay, let's see what Steph Curry
Let me
can
check
do
the-
on
Went
this tee.
for it, that's for sure.
Let me check the scorecard. I don't know. Is this real? 13. They have it at 406. So I don't think this is actually realistic. We're missing 70 yards here on this
He's getting ready to
actual
fire away
hole, so I
with
don't
his
think many
second
guys
shot.
will be doing that. They'll probably be more of the forced layup to get to a number that they like for their approach shots, but definitely one of the shorter holes. This is probably going to be,
Out of
this actually might be a good hole for, you know, birdie or better props. This might be one of the more scoreable par fours.
Oh, nice little chip there. And here he goes from the green side, rough.
Oh,
Gets it
there it
to the
is.
top. What a great little shot.
Oh, first birdie on the card. Oh, second birdie on the card.
Bird.
Here we go for your birdie.
I don't think I have a birdie yet, but here we go. There's two. Yeah, so we both birdied it. So I think, I mean, it's going to be 70 yards longer, but still a 400-yard par four for the pros is not
Okay, you are at 2 over
It's
par.
nothing for them.
not very tough. Yeah.
All right, let's see what we can do off the tee here. It's a long par 4.
All right, let's see.
That swing was to death.
Oh, that
for
was straight as an arrow. Perfect. That was Scotty
And
Scheffler-esque.
let's see how this tee shot fares for him.
No, I don't want this.
All right, this is his second. All right, here's our second shot on
All
the
right,
14th.
let's see. Oh, man. This is a brutal green.
Come on, give us a kick
Please
to the right.
stay. No,
That's okay. No
Not even.
worries. We'll be on the green soon enough.
not even close.
All right, let's see what happens. This is his third shot.
What is this, 14th? I need to find a couple more birdies if I want to make the weekend here.
I think the weekend my dude already went home.
You
Steph
already
said he got a
booked-
game tomorrow.
you already booked your Friday night flight out.
Yeah.
Okay, third shot.
Wow. Wow. Stop rolling. Stop rolling.
Here we go. Let's save par on this one. Get there. So
Well,
good. 6 for
Needed
par
that.
for him.
Nice par save.
Ooh.
jeez.
And hopefully he drops this one. This is for double. Okay, 2 over par.
All right, we got 4 holes
here on this
left.
par
So
three.
see another short par 3. That's the thing about this course. Like I think 3 out of the 4 par 3s we played are relatively short. So all the distance on this course comes out of those aggressive par 4s and 5s, which makes it even scarier how long this course is when you think like, oh no.
That approach kind of missed
Too
the
much.
mark a little bit. And let's see how Steph Curry does off of this one.
Yeah, but you kind of have to. I mean, unless you lay up like right over here.
Taking this one with
See
9
what
iron.
Yeah, same
Maybe a
shit.
little
Yeah, with the wind
strong.
wind at our backs too.
Second shot here on the 15th.
Bad. I'll take it. I'll take it.
Let's see what his second shot looks like.
Jeez.
Real strong.
Okay, this is his third. And for the save. Well, the putt appears to be online.
But I'm not a
He's
pro
got
at this
about
game.
7 feet to the cup from here.
Yeah, I golf a little bit.
I hear
And
you.
that will drop for the
I
bogey.
actually haven't played since last week with Matt. But we both shot pretty well. I think I shot a 3
All right,
under, he
he's
shot a
sitting at
6
2
under.
over.
Oh, Matt's a beast at this game, huh?
Got a
Yeah, we were playing a little bit easier course than this. But yeah, he beat me pretty good
looking
last
like
week.
it'll be in the fairway.
I told him I'm gonna go in blind every week. Like I don't want to play the courses before the actual like show, so I don't know what to expect, and I don't have like any kind of advantage, especially for people I have coming on that aren't gonna play beforehand either.
Yeah.
So I kind of keep it fair, so we both of us are getting a fresh look at the. Why is it having me
Well, I'm gonna have
take
to be tired for the next time.
gap
I mean,
wedge?
geez.
Driver off the deck to go across. All right, I'm gonna have to lay up.
Good one.
Not bad.
Okay, he's coming out of the deep stuff. Rolling.
Get
with
over there.
Oh,
fire in
Oh my.
you went for it.
I went for it.
Goodbye.
It's not a bad drop though.
This
I'm
one's
chilling
about
there.
100 yards from the pin.
What is that?
Nice shot, Dom.
Thanks. I don't know what happened.
Fourth shot.
There we
You got
go.
some Air
Just to
Forces
find the
on?
surface.
Oh,
Nice shot.
I almost stuck it. It's still rolling.
Nice shot into this green. Good work.
I don't know, dude. I haven't messed with my
Green side here,
character
just in the rough.
in a while. I'll have to check them out. What do I got? Am I rocking some J's?
He's setting
I don't
up
know,
here
let
with a
Steph
pretty
just
long
hit his
putt to deal with.
+7 over here.
Oh, you're gonna end up back down by me. Dude, these greens are brutal.
All right, hopefully he drops this one. This is for a big fat double.
Oh, my.
my
man.
gosh.
And you've got this much left to save par on this one. Oh no, it's right.
Oh my God, we both
Okay,
did it.
Tap this one in and let's move on.
I mean, 12
So-
mile an hour wind, my boss would have rolled right in.
3 over par for the day.
We're really getting a good look at this course with all the
There's
extra
hole. We
strokes
got
we're
a
taking around
tailwind
here.
to deal with.
Oh, and a tailwind. I'm gonna lay off it a little bit. Bad.
Okay, Steph Curry steps onto the tee. Let's see what he has for us.
Okay, Steph.
That's his best shot of the day, and that's not really saying much,
We've
you
got
know?
about 15 yards to the pin. This one might be a bit long.
Jeez, I needed to put backspin on that.
Bounce off of it.
Yeah, I need to
This is his
get better at
shot.
putting backspin and stuff on my shots, but oh, looks good.
This one's heading for some trouble.
Oh, that
That could've went
ref
either
right there
way,
at the
really.
front.
Shots looking
Yeah.
like.
All right, it's gonna run down to the hole. Oh. Thought I made that.
And this
Oh,
next
here,
putt
give me the
for
read.
him
Give me the free
is for
read.
birdie. Oh,
Yeah, there you go.
and we've got this left to save your par. Yikes, that went right by.
Wow.
All right, let's tap her on in and continue on our way.
Brutal.
I'm +16.
Sitting at 4 over.
We're just checking out the whole course. I appreciate it. You're helping me out. We're looking at everything. We're looking at the rough, both sides of the green.
Tee shot's looking decent.
Yeah, to be honest, Scheffler could feast on this course.
Okay, here we go. Let's launch this one out there.
But then again, dude, if he goes, you gotta think of the last two events, Scheffler's putting has been incredible.
Yeah.
And me and you had a conversation not too long ago, probably about a month and a half ago, where we were critiquing his putting.
Yeah.
And since then, it has been
This is
elite.
around the,
Yeah, he
190 mark.
hasn't faltered
But
since.
to say that, how can dude's +250 if he has a bad putting performance on a course like this?
That's the thing.
It's anybody's ball game.
Is yeah, exactly. And people are jumping on his, plus 250, plus 280. I mean,
They can jump all they want.
yeah,
7 iron on
realistically,
this one.
Not I.
since
Leaning to the
since the players of last year,
All right,
He's won 3 tournaments. He won the Players last year and then won the API and the Players this year. It's like, I mean, and all last year, even when he got hot and after wins, I mean, he was plus, oh my God. He was plus, you know, 600-700 at all those events. And he didn't win. I mean, he played well. He was a top 10 demon last year, but you got to think, like, after the first 3-4 months of the season, he did the same thing last year. He won a couple tournaments early and then, you know, didn't do much. He was supposed to win every tournament after, you know. Everyone, he was the favorite going into a ton of tournaments. He didn't win. I mean, winning golf tournaments is not easy, no matter how good you are. It's just, with his putting coming around, he has rounded out his game into a form that is tough to compete with. But yeah, like you said, is he going to be able to sustain that? Like, does he still have the same putter as he had the last couple weeks? Like, he has putted himself out of a couple events before, so it wouldn't shock me if he did it again.
And this is one of those courses, dude. I feel like if your putting is not there, I just feel like it's, I don't know, dude. I don't know how you bet a plus 250 price tag.
Yeah, no,
On a
I
course
can't.
like this, where yes, Scheffler's coming off 2 great performances with his putter, but prior to that, there's a big enough sample size where you can kind of go against the grain there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
I say
All
you look
right.
for a couple long shots, a couple decent long shots that you like, and you sprinkle on them.
Yeah, no, I'm with you there. All right, let me do this. I'm flipping over to the data golf portion. It is up on the screen. Let me try to make it slightly larger. And let's take a look. Okay, so let's talk stats. Let me close out the PGA so I stop hearing this in the background. Give me 1 second. We are shutting this down. I don't know if you have the stream up, Lethal, but if you want to take a look at some of these stats, let's talk some. All right, so this is what we got going in. This is the course history. So like I said, the course was renovated in 2019, 2020, and then ever since then, this is why we only see stats for the past 3 years. Overall, what we're looking at is strokes gained, and then the slots here are the finishing position in the past. So Tony Finau is coming in, the defending champion. He's the only champion in the field at this course since the renovations. You can see Scheffler. I mean, Scheffler's played this event 3 times. He's never won it. So even though it was played in the swing season, with those weaker fields, I mean, he hasn't won here. So it's not like, you know, I mean, Finau beat him last year. There was Tyson Alexander beat Scheffler. Ben Taylor, who's all these guys in the field this week, beat Scheffler. Alex Noren, Aaron Rai, Joel Damon, who has 2 great performances here and is coming off a good week.
I think Damon's a solid look.
Damon is kind of a good sleeper pick. I mean, he is coming off back-to-back weeks where he gained on approach. He's gaining off the tee. I mean, his putting isn't there. But I mean, if you look at his past performances here, he's got 2 top 10s with the same kind of, you know, gaining a stroke and a half on approach, gaining half
metrics
a stroke
very
off the
similar
tee.
to what he's been doing lately.
Yeah, and he's coming in super hot. I mean, the Valspar and the Players are very difficult courses, and he's coming in great form. I mean, almost 2 strokes on both of those is crazy. So Joel was kind of one I was thinking of. I mean, I like betting him anyway just because I love Joel, but I think a lot of people do. I mean, his fandom from Full Swing has just grown. Some other guys this week. I mean, Mackenzie Hughes has 3, you know, top 30 finishes here. He's made the cut all 3 years. He's coming off of second place, third place finish at the Valspar. 26th at Players, 30th at the Arnold Palmer. He's not a bad look this week, just based off course history. I think he's also another guy. Let me take a look. Sorry, going back over here. Distance off the tee is what I'm looking at here. So any of the lines on the top part are he was above the average in the field for that round, and any lines below is he was below the average. So he's a guy who can run it up, but he's not super long in driving distance off the tee. Looks like he's got quite a few, like, 10 to 16 yards above the field, but nothing crazy. But he's more of a around the green and putting guy, so I think that is one thing where he could kind of pick up some strokes on the field if he's not getting to the green with his distance, like guys like Finau are going to be able to. Being good around the greens, which he's very good around the greens, is going to be huge this week. Getting up over the false fronts and the plateaued greens is going to be huge.
His driving is going to be crucial for him.
Yeah, as far as
if he has just a decent weekend of driving the ball with accuracy and power both, he's in contention.
Yeah. Other guys at the top I was gonna look at. Let's see, Clark. So Wyndham's coming in. He missed the cut in 21, top 40 and 22, and then top 16 and 23. And I would argue, I mean, he's a different golfer from what he was when he last played these. I mean, these were swing season events, so you got to think this is, even though it says 2023, this was technically played in 22 the last time because it was in the swing season before last season. So it's been almost a year and a half, and the switch that he flipped at the US Open and since then, I mean, that's why I kind of like him this week. He's coming in. I mean, look at this. Distance off the tee. Dude just mashes the ball. He's on average like 20 yards longer than the field. So he has the distance to play well here, and he's gained on approach every tournament this year. He's one for sure. I mean, these back-to-back second places to Scotty Scheffler both week is absolutely brutal. If it happens again this week, like, I think I saw somewhere you can bet the exacta, like Scheffler first, Clark second. And when I saw the odds on it, I was disgusted. You would think to call the first place and second place finisher exactly would be like 100 to 1 at least, even though it's those two guys.
What was the odds?
30 to 1. Like, there's no way you expected me to bet for Scheffler to win and Clark to come in second at 30 to 1 when I could go to FanDuel right now. And let's just go look at some lines here. I think this will be easier to do too. Let's go to PGA Tour. You're telling me it's more likely for Scheffler to finish first and Clark to take second than it is for, I don't know, Mackenzie Hughes or Jake Knapp to win the whole thing? Like, it's twice as likely for them to do that? Like, that's insane. Yeah, this 270 number is just absolutely disgusting, and I hate looking at it. I'm not going to touch it. I don't know if I'm going to touch any outrights this week.
Think about it. It opened at plus 400.
Yeah, it opened at 400.
It got bet down to that. There was a lot of money coming on that.
Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked if Scheffler. I mean, realistically, he's going to be top 10. Even if he brings his C game this week, he's going to be top 10, top 20. Like, there's no chance unless something just absolutely crazy happens and he finds water on one of the 4 holes.
I really don't.
Yeah, I mean, three-peating.
Probably a bold call, but I mean, how bold can it really be?
Well, if you want to take that, I saw on DraftKings in the matchups department, you can bet 72-hole matchups. There's a matchup set up, Scotty Scheffler versus the field. You can take the field.
Give me the odds, Dom. Give me something good. What's the odds?
The field for DraftKings, I want to say it was minus 400 for the field to win. So I don't know if you want to eat that much juice, if you want to drop 4 units to win 1, and say that Scheffler's not taking home the trophy this year, but this week. I think that's kind of crazy though that they even offered that bet.
Even at minus 400, I think that's. I mean, dude, the Scheffler has way too much respect in the market right now. Way too much.
Yeah, he does, and I mean, it's the same with the Masters. I think if we go take a look, if I can scroll over major specials, win a major. Oh no, I'd have to go into the all tournaments to see what
That was
his
at the
lines.
top, right? To win a major, minus 125.
Well, yeah, that's just to win one though. That's all four. If I want to just find his odds, I mean, he's plus 500 at the Masters. Like that's crazy. All right, let me go back here.
How do you bet that? Like, how do you feel comfortable betting that?
One thing that I am gonna bet. I usually don't touch these. Let me go back to it. I'm gonna try to pull it up here live. I'm definitely gonna play some make the cut lottos this week. There's a lot of good names in here. I can just highlight some of them really quickly. I mean Clark, obviously. I like Thigala this week for it. Siwoo's not bad, and Finau. Usually the top of the board is kind of pretty safe. Zalatoris I think is great at minus 290. I'm tempted.
I love that. I love that.
I'm tempted to take Mitchell again, even though what he did to us on Sunday was disgusting. I mean, let's see. Let's go to Mitchell here.
What's the odds you get, Dom, if you take Zalatoris and Siwoo?
Zalatoris and Siwoo would be a minus 144 to make the cut. I mean, you could add Scheffler in.
Juice, but I love it.
You could take Scheffler and Clark and make it a plus 110. It's a four-legger, but would expect all those guys to be there on the weekend. Oh, I was looking at Mitchell. Yeah, so he's got similar results here as Wyndham Clark. Cut top 40, top 10. I mean, he's playing great golf. He left a bad taste in our mouth last week with his absolutely implosion and just collapse on the green, off the tee, everything in round 4 last week. But up until that round, I mean, he was the outright leader through 54 holes. He was playing great golf. His approach is good. His off the tee is good. He's long off the tee. Like, he's another guy, even though I'm pissed off at him and I want to ban him, he's another guy that, I mean, I could see him being in contention this week again. Difficult course. You know, the score's not going to get way up there, so it's not like guys are just going to run away with this, except for maybe Scotty. But difficult scoring conditions. I think Mitchell has a chance this week just with his,
What do you think about Campos?
Campos?
Is that how you pronounce his name?
Yeah, Rafael Campos.
Yeah.
He has no course history here. I mean, he's been good on approach. Didn't make the cut at the Valspar, but that's just around the greens. Looks like he got into some trouble.
Yeah, but his ball striking.
Yeah, he's
his ball
long off
striking
the
is
tee.
elite.
Yeah, he's long off the tee. I mean, he could do well here. He's a Corn Ferry Tour guy. Oh, as of recently, I thought he was. Oh, he's got kind of mix of both. I don't know Campos well enough to really talk to him. But I mean, if you're looking for like a guy to fill a DFS
he
slot,
like top 20, and how many top 20s does he have this season?
Campos,
Yeah.
he is top 20, top
like he's been
38,
strong as of
38,
late.
20. He missed the cut at the Valspar. He was a top 20 at the Puerto Rico, which is probably a similar field to this. Tony Finau, one other big name, and nobody. Mexico Open.
Top 20 at the Farmers.
Yeah, and Farmers, decent field, I think. Let me see. I don't remember.
His top 20 price tag right now on FanDuel is plus 650.
I don't know if I could pull the trigger for him for top 20, but I would consider a top 40 if he's still like a 200 or 300 as like a long shot. Just basically hoping he makes the cut and competes a little bit on the weekend.
Yeah, that's all you're doing, because if his driving's going to be there. You just really need everything in between, which,
Yeah.
I mean, you know how that goes, but still.
Yeah. Other guys that I like this week, just random names, just to try to wrap this up a little bit. Steven Yeager, I think, is a guy who plays well in difficult courses. He's a guy that can compete when the scoring conditions are hard. Jason Day is actually a look this week. I really like Jason Day coming into this. He's been playing some great golf. I mean, 6th at the Pebble Beach, 9th at the Genesis, 10th at the Century. Struggled a little bit on approach at the Players and on Arnold Palmer. But he hasn't played since the Players, so he's coming off a 2-week break. I think he could be a good look this week. And then as far as long shot guys go, let me go back here and let's check out Tom Hoagie. I don't know if I could take him at 50 to 1, but he's a guy that I like for placement this week. I mean, he's been like a top 20 machine. His approach is, I think he's the only player in the field that has a better approach game than Scheffler right now. Like over the last couple tournaments. Obviously, it's like everything else needs to come together for him, and he doesn't have great, course history here. But look at this. I mean, dude's been over a stroke in every tournament so far this season. Top 20, top 12, top 8, 17, 6, 17.
Putting's been good too.
Yeah, putting's been good. Approach has been good. The only issue with him is this right here. His around the greens is not great. And if he doesn't have... It's not awful, but he doesn't have the distance to get to these greens in 2 shots. On the longer par 5s. Par 4s, he should be okay. But if he's missing the greens, this is going to eat him up. The around the green game, if he's struggling with chipping on these plateaued greens, that's my only worry with him. He might be a live bet, though. Someone I watch in round 1, kind of see how he's handling it. And if he's kind of treading water, I might take him for like a top 20, after round 1 or 2.
Yeah. You mentioned Joe. Are you on him?
Not yet. I'm thinking about doing like a long shot lotto with him, like maybe a top 20 long shot, like 3 or 4 guys, and kind of round robining.
Looks good, don't it?
Yeah, I mean, he's played it twice and top 10 both times. I mean, there's no reason.
Make the cut is -170.
Yeah, I saw that too, and it's just because I mean, he's kind of bomb or bust. He's been good lately.
Good parlay piece for sure, I think.
Yeah, but this is how he kind of always is. He catches lightning in a bottle. He gets hot, and then it's, back to normal Joel. And then, he'll spike up 1 week, and then back to bad. And then spike up 1 week, and then, so that's kind of where on that, spectrum is he. I mean, he had his spike week and then he had a good approach week, but everything else kind of hurt him and he finished 50th at the Valspar. So is he on his decline again? That's why he scares me. There's value in his lines, but
cold too. Look at the
I mean,
nice cold.
That's just he's never been a great putter. So that's kind of why he scares me. Okay, but the last thing, because we already passed the hour mark and I don't want to drag this thing out too long. There are some tourney specials that I do actually like a lot. I already posted some of them in the Discord. But one that I'm going to sprinkle on, and I actually laddered all the way up, is going to be, I'm trying to find it. Where'd it go? Can't find it. I'll pull it up on here because I already have it clipped on here. It is this prop right here. Let me get rid of the Data Golf site. This prop right here, Scheffler, Wyndham Clark, and Zalatoris to finish in the top 20. Reason I like that this week. One, I'm on all 3 pretty heavily. I think all 3, their game fit this course well. They're all playing good golf. And I think they should be able to compete. Second, this 470 number is real enticing. Oh, here it is. I found it on my browser again. Let me put that back up. It's right here it's down at 410. So I got it earlier at 470. It's down to 410. I still like it because if you build this parlay out on FanDuel, on DraftKings, on MGM, anywhere else that you can parlay these kind of things, it was coming out to around plus 300. So we're getting huge value here on FanDuel, and it includes ties. So, you know, if there's a fat bunch up, which there probably will be with this course being difficult to score on, we're probably going to see a lot of guys sitting around, you know, the top, like we just saw in the past tournament at the, what do we just have? The
Players.
Valspar? No, the Valspar, where like going into Sunday, there was like 30 guys within 2 strokes of the lead. Like if this scoreboard gets bunched up again, I like these 3 guys to kind of float to the top. And I think they have it offered for top 10 and also top 5. So I'm thinking about laddering it up, but this is one that I'm definitely going to, you know, sprinkle on at plus 410. I'll take it for all 3 of them to, you know, find their way into the leaderboard. Other than that, I'll probably post a couple of plays. I'm still digging into stuff. We got 2 days before the tournament. But I think we can go ahead and wrap this episode up. Thanks, Lethal, for joining me. We both kind of got our butts kicked on the course there a little bit. But you have any anything you want to shout out? Definitely your Twitter, where people can follow you. I know you give out a bunch of stuff on Twitter.
Yeah, at Lethal Bets on Twitter, man.
Yeah, I'll make sure I'll post it in the chat as well, because it's, how do you spell it? It's at
LEETHAL
at Lethal Bets. So check him out on Twitter. Be sure to give him a follow if you want some free plays. I mean, this guy is one of the best I've ever seen when it comes to straights across all sports. So good bankroll builder, which we kind of need right now after my last weekend. Struggled a little bit last week, hoping to bounce back this week. So I'm going to dig around on these, you know, top 10, 20, 40 markets, try to find some straights I like, sprinkle all over the board, and hope for a good weekend.